If he can take advantage of the opening, he's really got to do it. Being 3 down, he has got to pick one up here.
And psychologically, if he can get honors back, he needs an ace here. Vjeffs2 on the tee at number 12. Left rail down an incline to the cup. 27-foot putt.
He could have it off the back rail here. A little strong.
Yep.
That was an opening he had to have, and Marc has got to give a sigh of relief there in the fact that he realized he gave an opening, and when your opponent can't take advantage of it being 3 down, you're pretty good shape right there.
Both men get their par 2, which is par on each and every putt-putt golf course hole nationwide.
They've met once before. It's kind of interesting. Jeff won that match, so you know, he had something going for him right there. But he's picked Marc Portugal to win this whole tournament from the very outset, so he's up against the best.
Marc Portugal on hole 13. It's a delicate putt in that the cup is located on a rise about 2 inches high.
Little
goes
strong.
up.
Stay up. Stay up.
He wanted to stay up on that rise and not have a difficult deuce putt coming back for his par. He should have a routine tap in for his par 2, and he does. Remains at 9 under par.
And having watched a number of these matches, if you leave an opening and you're in this backside and you leave an opening, and if Jeff can't take advantage of this one, this match is just about doomed. Oh, he's going to come close to hitting the board.
He is tunning it.
Yeah, that's not the shot that he wanted at all. Now he's got a very difficult shot coming back here, which he has to have. You're talking about a plateau, which I think people can see the lighter shaded area outlining where that little rise is.
Right there.
He didn't get it.
He got his bogey, did not get his par. He goes to 4 down. Marc Portugal 4 up, going into hole number 14. With 5 holes remaining, Billy, the real estate's running out.
One more ace on the part of Marc, and he's about had it. And you can't assume that Marc's not going to get an ace here shortly.
This is a 3-hill hole. Very interesting hole in that the tee mat is located on a plateau. The ball rolls down over a hill, over another hill, and passes by the cup. And he is behind a small 1-inch hill down back there. It looks flat to the average viewer, but it's got a little undulation there he's got to negotiate for his par 2.
One of the things I think has happened to Marc a little bit here is that he's playing along with his competition. He has such a big lead, I don't think he can concentrate as well as he was earlier. He makes it, and Jeff hasn't been able to take advantage of it. Very seldom you see Marc Portugal give those kind of openings.
He's given
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
That's
3
right.
holes in a row, and Jeff has not been able to capitalize on it yet. Perhaps he can here. He needs an ace, or the match will be dorming. Over the second hill, he got his
very nice. Okay, at least he got the honors back, and of course,
a little too late.
He about a little bit too late, he said, and we'll have to see.
He is 3 down. Marc Portugal is 3 up. Vjeffs2 on the tee. He's got 4 holes remaining to try to make up the real estate. As he just said, it's running out.
See that little incline right before you get to the cup here.
Left rail.
Well, he has been so strong today.
He is really, I think it's probably nerves in terms of
Could
TV.
be.
It's a lot of pressure out there for the average person who plays putt-putt
You
golf.
get there.
Jeff does. Jeff's a firefighter up in Norfolk, Virginia, but he's been pumping it. Maybe he's been pumping too much iron on the job. You
or
know,
at least adrenaline.
Yeah, adrenaline's got to be flowing. He's got a difficult deuce putt. This is a long putt, and if he misses a cup, he goes back down the incline.
If he missed the putt, he can forget the match.
He missed it, and it's rolling back. Again, the problem is because of the incline, it kicks the ball down.
And what's so difficult here is that for these fellas, they are so used to practicing specific shots. They don't have an opportunity to practice that shot because they're never there. You know, so it's almost like a novice at the point if you put the ball somewhere in the on the course that they're not used to. For Marc, what a big opening here, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Jeff took a bogey 3. Marc is on the tee. We're putting left rail. He is 3 up at this point. If he aces, the match will be over.
Get up.
No. Well, now wait a minute.
No.
He can't believe this either. And I really think that what's happened to Marc, he's lost his concentration. I mean, he's had these openings.
Let's open these fixes.
Well, he was putting conservatively, I'm sure. He wasn't going to try to run it by too far. If he ran it by, he just didn't get quite to the cup because of the incline. Now he's got a difficult deuce putt to come back to get his par, which will put him as the winner of the first semifinalist match in the PPA National Open Championship and on his road to $16,000.
He's got
Gets his deuce. He moves to 4 up, 3 remaining. The match is closed out. An exciting match today, semifinal match. Mark, Portugal, your winner. We'll be back to talk with these young putters right after this message.
Here you go. All right.
Gary, a good job on the part of both players today. Jeff, for you, you had such a great opening quarterfinal match. You had everything rolling your way. 9 straight aces, set a TV record. Today, it just never seemed to get rolling for you, particularly when things started going downhill.
Right, just could never get it going. You know, Mark left the door open 12 and 13, 14. Just couldn't capitalize on it. Yeah.
One of the things about Mark, of course, he is a player that's very methodical in the way he plays. When he gets a lead on you like that, and you know he's going to lock himself in, take his time over every putt, gives you more time to think about what you're trying to do. Is that very difficult to try to get your concentration back?
When a player like Mark gets a lead, he can pretty much hang it up. You know, I just couldn't get it going. I didn't play very well today, but when he got 2 or 3 up, I knew things were mighty dim.
Mighty dim for you. Wilbur Hildebrand here is going to present you with something that won't make it quite so dim. An outstanding check for a great job. One of the finest putting exhibitions we've seen in your quarterfinal match. I know you're going to be back. You didn't get a chance to put out that fire today as a fireman, but this may help you back home in Norfolk.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Wilbur, your course has been being burned up by some of these players prior to today. How do you feel this course compares with some of the others? I know you've been involved with putt-putt for a long time, and as a player and as an owner, how does this course compare with some of the others we've had?
Well, these guys can burn up most any course. I mean, these are the world's best players, and when they play any course, they're going to do about as well as you can do. And so, of course, no course can really withstand the way these guys play, because they can hit it where they aim it, and they'll make a hole if it's makeable.
Well, I know they've been doing it so far, and we're talking about a guy that's making the makeable putts over here. You picked Mark Portugal to win this tournament at the outset, and looks like he's well on his way.
I think he's going to do it. He's playing good.
Okay, Jeff, Mark, they're putting a lot of pressure on you. Fine job again today. You had an excellent first match. You started out, you're 11 under par, and closed that match out in 15 holes. Today you had it going there for a string. Almost got back into setting new records in the TV series. Had the string going, and then you lost your concentration a little bit. What happened to you?
Oh, I guess you could say I was starting to think about the record when I got to be 3 up or whatever on Jeff over there, and just dogged on number 12. So I was 3 up, and I didn't want to give it back, but I left the doors open for him, and he just didn't take advantage.
3 holes in a row. Now, I made the comment during the course of the match that it seemed like you were starting to play down to the competition. Let's suppose Jeff had made the run. Would that really have helped you? I mean, some people say, gee, that would put a lot more pressure on, but in some cases, maybe the pressure seems to help you guys a little bit. Is that true?
I think the most important part of match play, or any part of putt-putt, is the ability to top a person, make the hole behind the ace. And I've been pretty successful at it in the past. I don't know how much success I'm going to have in the future, but I believe that's the most important part of the game.
Of course, you have such a great record in regard to not only the TV series, but also playing in major events that you've had a chance to win. In the case of Jeff, of course, he hadn't had an opportunity to be on television before, nor to win any of these major matches. How much of an advantage do you think that is to have that experience behind you?
It gives you a little bit of an advantage, but once you get down to this point, if there is any advantage, it's very small. Very small.
I want to ask you about one hole, because next week we'll have a fella coming up who had much indecision on the first hole, John Napoli. How about the first hole? You think you're going to change your strategy as to how you play it?
No, I don't think so. I haven't made it, but at least I'm getting close to the hole.
Well, Cheryl, in another week or so, we're going to have an opportunity to present some big checks around here, and Mark has got himself into that finals. We're going to see how he's going to make out. And David, let's throw it back to you to tell us what's coming up next week and in the weeks to come.
Thank you, Billy. An excellent, excellent semifinalist match. Mark Portugal moves to the finals, and we'll see him in 2 weeks going for the $16,000 in first place prize money. Next week, we have another exciting semifinalist match. John Napoli from Columbus, Ohio, against Rex Thayer of Dayton, Ohio, the Ohio Open, if you will. So join us next week. It's an exciting TV series. We look forward to having you back. On behalf of Billy Packer, this is David Lloyd saying thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.